Good morning, everyone. So, continue with the garden team cleanup. I'm going to mulch the whole area today with my mushroom compost that I ordered a while ago. You can see the pile over there next to to the road. My neighbors they're very kind. They never seem complaints about that. Anyway, so I got a few rose bush over here. I think I want to pull them down because we are like okay mid-late winter now, so I really want to pull them down and also make my job easier to mulch the whole area because at the moment they just kind all everywhere. So yes, for oh, by the way, so three bushes over here, they grows very large. You can see the one further over there is very big. It's well 2 meter tall and 1.5 meter wide at least. Let me shrink over here. That's why it just goes so big. That's one and three over here. They are dark design and they are beautiful red rose. The one closer to me, this one much smaller because I got I think two big canes were broken off because of the wind last year. So I highly recommend for this variety. You need to plant them near your graft union and below the soil surface, maybe an inch or two, because if the graft union underground and the stem more like in the ground as well, and that's why they can anchor, make the plant much stronger. So the stem not broken up or the water shoot not broken up like this, and you can see it grows very tall, and I did have a few stick here and there, and yeah, but sometimes it still can't stop it with the gusty wind we have. So especially you live in the area very often have a lot of strong wind. I highly recommend to plant this one like below the grass union. And over here I do have two bushes of delightful parfuma. They call this rose, very healthy rose. And I'm going to prune this one down as well. This variety, I normally prune it down quite hard, and it's grow very robust. You can see I cut a lot of stem in the middle there last year. Just keep bringing it, some kind of light in the center, because I don't want too clustered in the center. I want to have very good airflow. You can see here, this one here, the last winter I pruned it. So from the base of the plant up here over 50 centimeter high. So for the all the rest of the stem, I just aiming more like 70 centimeter high as well. This one I might cut it down as well because this one you can see a little bit damaged over here. So on the rest look pretty good, so I don't need to pull them down too much. But anyway, I keep over 70 centimeter high. Yeah, and the same high for this one. This roll dark design, maybe a little bit taller. I keep a little bit taller. So this one down here, up here, yep, I aiming with over 70 or 80 centimeter high. I don't want to pull down too much because if you pull down too much, example, if you got very harsh winter, and then the all die back, So example like this one. So I'm going to have to cut it down a little bit further down to today because this one I think I pulled it last winter, or maybe I'm not sure, or it might be in the middle of spring or summer. But anyway, you can see it die back here. So I'm going to cut this bit off. Yeah, so you don't want to pull it too harsh because if you pull it too harsh and then later on you don't have much room to pull it anymore, and then that can might die in the future. So you can see this one looking pretty good. That's one not much of dieback at all. Look at that. Alright, so I'm going to pull some of those bushes over here. I know they're very hardy, but some of them they're quite sensitive, to the cold. Example, let me swing over here. Before I do have I know I still have. I got some no surrender over there, and I put it last year. And after that, we got, I think cold, little bit cold. Cold last frost, and after that, a lot of dieback, especially the bush over there, so you can see that bush quite small. It well backs, but it's not vigorous like the other two over here. So this several bush over here, I wait a little, maybe another week or so. I know the night temperature lately we still have a like -1 or go to like 0 during the night. It's not too freezing, but still quite cold for a lot of tender, tender stem. So yeah, many I just prune them down a little bit and make my job easier. So not too prickly into my skin. Yeah. So here we go. So for me, when I prune my roses or a lot of other fruit trees as well, I try to prune them in the sunny day. That means it's no cloudy, sprinkly, or no rain at all. And I did prune my roses in the past, and I didn't know. And after that, my rose have a lot of dieback and yellow, and the stem on the top it get brown. Yeah, so be careful. I highly recommend you prune the rose or fruit trees in the sunny day. And I try to put them in this stage. I try to aim about 70 or 80 centimeter from the ground level, because yeah, we might have on let spot later on, and if any more dieback, I can trim them up a little bit. And in here I use very large, not very large, but quite big lopper. I try to put some of the very large stem or large cane, and I try to cut with 45, the angle, or how to say it, just kind of like I didn't cut them straight. I just try to cut into the angle, so when we got rain or even the water or something like that, and the water easy to run off, and yeah, and it make the cuts heal quicker. I don't deal much with the black spot, but I do have some variety. They have quite a bit of black spot in last summer. But I normally I don't want to use any chemical in my gardens. I grow a lot of fruit trees and vegetable as well. And also I think they're expensive, so normally I try not to spray. But also I try to grow like healthy variety as well. Yeah, so if our weather is normally quite dry as well, we don't have much of humidity. But if you live in the very humid area, or your roses they are weak, which variety or have a lot of fungal diseases, I highly recommend after you prune your rose like in the winter like this, and you use lime sulfur, to help your rose to reduce black spot in in the spring and summer, and they will reduce other fungal disease as well. Lime sulfur they recommend to spray your rose like after you prune them, but not when your rose their leaves are already, and when you got high temperature and the solution will burn your rose leaves. So just be mindful about that if you want to use the lime sulfur. But I normally I don't do it. I don't want to use any spray for my roses. And he's the after. So actually today the next day, because yesterday I worked so hard and at the end I was really tired, and here he is looking lush, not lush, but I mean looking tidy. And of course I know a lot of roses I do need to prune them, but at the moment they're looking nice, tidy, ready for the spring. And now I just need to do a bunch of pruning. Lots of fruit trees need to prune as well. Yeah, but mainly for the roses, and they looking tidy, and I'm so pleased with that actually. Yeah, looking great. Anyway, so yeah, it took me 2 days to mulch this area, and plus another day that I cleaned the whole area out. I did tying up, pull some of the leaf at the base of the plants out as well, because on this side I mulched a while ago, like before we went to Brisbane to visit my parents-in-law. So that is it for me today. The garden looks so tidy at the moment, and this video I hope that inspire you. If you haven't cleaned up your garden, I inspire you go out and tidy up, and you can feel so reward after that. I got some, very early variety of the jonquil. I got it from someone, and this area, they multiply so much. I think next year I just have to divide them. But yeah, it's a beautiful, nice fragrant. But normally I don't want to bring them too much inside because they quite, they can be powering. The fragrance might be too strong. Anyway, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope see you next video. Bye bye.